Back to another episode of Lone Star College Football. We have the Iowa State versus Texas Longhorns post-game show. I'm going to be doing this one by myself. Logan is still at work. So just going to get on here and talk for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes about the game and see how it goes. Before we get into that, do us a favor and like the video, drop a comment in the comment section telling us know what y'all thought about the game, and subscribe to the channel. We are at 75 subscribers in just over 2 months, and we're going to do a giveaway at 100. So pretty good. I mean, 1 in 100 odds ain't bad. With that being said, also follow us on Twitter and TikTok. We've had a couple of TikToks blow up pretty good, and so we're gonna try to post on all three. Twitter will probably be the least, but that's the best way to get a hold of us. With that being said, Texas versus Iowa State. It was a closer game than I expected. Me and Logan both picked Texas to cover by 16 and a half, so it's definitely closer than we expected. Hunter Deckers for Iowa State. Let's see if I pull up that game specifically of the box score. So he had 25 of 36, 330 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. That 1 interception was a big one because it did happen in the end zone. I'm trying to remember. Jalen Ford, I believe, picked him off in the end zone. He was also their leading rusher. He had 8 carries for 30 yards and a rushing touchdown. Silas, their running back, 10 for 25. Really, you can't be upset with our run defense. Like, they played great. Only allowed 74 rushing yards, and 40 or 30 of them were from the quarterback. I don't know. It doesn't say if we how many times we got to the quarterback on defense. Let's see. We only had 1 sack. So if we had more sacks, it would have lowered his rushing yards. Xavier Hutchinson did what we pretty much expected him to do. He had 10 catches for 154 yards, but we did keep him out of the end zone. Um, However, by covering him well, left Noel available. He had 6 for 94 for 2 touchdowns. And on all honesty, he dropped 3 or 4 passes, and so did Xavier Hutchinson. He actually had a touchdown pass that he dropped, which ended up being a big play. I will say a lot of people were saying that him dropping that pass is why Texas won. What they forget is the first drive of the game, we blocked a punt that should have been an easy scoop and score. 2 guys were trying to get the ball, and instead of just one of them letting the other guy have it, they fought for it. They ended up just being our ball instead of a scoop and score. On that drive, we didn't get it. We didn't even get a first down and missed a field goal. So there's 7 points that we lost. At least 3, possibly 7 points we lost out on. Quinn had a drop pass to Casey Kane that would have been an easy touchdown. So there's 7 points. And then also had a play where Casey Kane got pressed on the line, fell, got up and kind of started running, but not full speed. Well, he was still open, even not running full speed. He was open. Quinn throws it on a streak, kind of like a seam route. So not like it's not a 60-yard bomb, but maybe like a 25, 30-yard streak. And had he have been running, that was another touchdown. I don't know if they were in cover 3 and this corner didn't book it, or if they were in cover 1 and he dropped that way. Maybe X was on the other side. I don't know. But had he have been running, that'd have been another touchdown. So really, in all actuality, we left 17 to 21 points on the board. But yes, Iowa State also left 7 on the board. So it's a kind of give and take kind of game. Quinn Ewers, 17 of 26, only 172 yards, but he did have 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. 172 yards is not what you would kind of expect out of him the way he's played the rest of the season. He had 124, maybe 124 in the first half. So finishing the game with only a 172 is kind of weak in most cases. But Bijan Robinson had himself a day, 28 carries, 135 yards, did not find the end zone. I was kind of upset about that because he's getting a lot of touchdowns. But our team actually had 191 rushing yards. Really, we had more. Quinn took 2 sacks and lost 13 yards on that. And kind of throws our stats off a little bit. If you add 13 yards, we're at what would that'd be 194, yards rushing against a defense that only gives up 91.8 yards a game. That was before the game. I don't know what that number is now. So we ran the ball really well. Iowa State does have the number one rushing or number one defense total in the Big 12, but also the number one rushing defense. So for us to put 191 against them is pretty impressive. Our offensive line played really well. Bijan Robinson played well. Roschon Johnson, 11 for 71. They played pretty well. Receiving, Xavier Worthy, 8 for 72 and 2 touchdowns. He had a 50-50 ball that he jumped up and snagged over the guy. And then he had that crazy zig route on 4th and 3 to take the lead 24-21 with like 2.5 minutes, maybe almost 3 minutes left in the game. And that was just that's just route running. Honestly, it was open, but most players who run that zig route, it's way more obvious. He was able to really plant that foot and actually sell the slant. If you watch the play, you've got the linebacker here and the corner here. X is running a slant where cornerback drops down and then he dips back outside, and it's just a crazy route. If you can sell the slant and then hit that out, it's called a zig route or cowboy route, or everybody calls it something different. It's nasty, and it was nasty. Y'all go check that play out. It was nasty. So he ended the game with 72 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jatavion Sanders had a quiet game. He had 3 for 37. Jay Witt had a quiet game. He had 2 for 27. But really, here's the interesting part. We only had 4 people catch a pass, one of them being Bijan. He had 4 for 36. Usually we have more. Usually Roschon might get a ball. Casey Kane might get a ball. The backup tight end might even get a ball. I mean, if you just look at the Texas Longhorns as a team and go to stats, I mean, we've got 12 guys or so that might get a pass every game. Keelan Robinson might get a ball. Gunnar Helm has a few on the season. So Iowa State was really able to hold us to our main playmakers. And we, at the end of the game, found out that our playmakers were better. On defense, this is really the story of the game, is we forced 2 turnovers and gave up none. Leighton, so like I said earlier, Jalen Ford had an interception in the end zone to prevent Iowa State from getting points. So they technically left those points on the board. But also late in the game, with maybe just over a minute and a half, 2 minutes left in the game, Hunter Deckers decides to take it. He's running. Anthony Cook comes in, has a great hit, just barely knocks that ball loose before his knee hits the ground. Jalen Ford, the guy who had the interception, was able to recover the fumble. And you know what's interesting about that is even after that play, there was still time on the clock. With 2 timeouts, Iowa State could have gotten the ball back if we didn't get a first down. And what I feel like over the last 3, maybe 4 or 5 seasons is in that situation, Texas is not able to finish the game with the ball. We know we're running. They know we're running, and usually they win. And it was different on Saturday. We were able to run the ball 3 times. They used 2 of their timeouts. And then on 3rd and short, we were able to get the first down. Now, what's crazy is we give the ball to Roschon Johnson on that 3rd down, the biggest play of the game. If we get this first down, it's a win. If we don't, we got to punt the ball and they get it back. And we give the ball to Roschon Johnson, and that shows that he is a team leader, and this coaching staff trusts him. He's not just a backup running back. He's not just Bijan's backup. That guy is a captain on the team. He's a leader, and he's a strong runner. And honestly, if Bijan goes to the draft, I hope Roschon stays. Like, give him a year. He'll be a first-round draft pick too. He runs just as hard. I think Bijan is better because he's better at ducking his shoulder pads and running through you. But Roschon runs with the same intensity as Bijan. I think Bijan's balance is probably better. He's able to kind of you see him and he's like, all right, he's down. No, he somehow stuck his hand in the dirt and got back up and gone. And Roschon doesn't do that quite as well, but Roschon he's quick, he's fast twitched, he's able to put moves on you. There was that nasty spin move against Colorado a couple years ago where he's got the moves. And he's a stud. I'm glad that he was able to get that play. And even on that, it looked like he wasn't going to get there. Jordan Whittington actually came and grabbed him and started pushing him forward to make sure he got that first down. Um, all in all, it wasn't the game I expected score wise. I really thought we would probably score. I don't know if I gave a final prediction in our pregame show. Um, I really we're averaging 38 points on offense. I really felt like we'd probably hit that. And we only give up 17.8. I think it's not like 18.9 on defense. And I felt like we would hold them under that. So I was wrong. But a 24-21 win, as ugly as it seems, last year we lost that game. Every time. We went 5-7, and every time it was a close game like that, we lost. We lost to Tech this year. We lost to Bama this year by 1 point to Bama, by 3 points to Tech in overtime. When the game is close like that, for some reason, we find a way to lose. And on Saturday, we didn't. We found a way to win. That was a big win, even though it was against a 3-3, now 3-4 Iowa State. It was a big win. We moved to 5-2. We've got Oklahoma State coming up this week. Me and Logan will do a post game, probably have that posted hopefully tomorrow or on Thursday. But even after that, we have a bye. And then I don't know the exact order of the schedule, but it's maybe like Kansas, TCU, Kansas. Yeah. Kansas State, TCU, Kansas, Baylor. And out of those games, none of them are guaranteed. Like, should we beat Kansas State? Yeah, we should. But Adrian Martinez is a running quarterback, and Deuce Vaughn is a dope running back. Should we beat TCU? Yeah, talent wise, the roster says, yeah, we should win. But Max Duggan is a running quarterback, and he's been playing well. Keandre Miller's playing well at running back as well. Quentin Johnson's a stud receiver. Their defense is playing well. They're 6-0. Should we beat Kansas? Yes, we should. But they're scoring a ton of points on offense, and their quarterback Daniels is hurt right now, but I don't think he's out for the season. And even then, their backup Bean, we lost to him last year. And then Baylor to finish the season. The good thing about Baylor is it's at home. Baylor is a team that, although record wise they're 3-3, if you are looking at that and you count out a Dave Aranda Baylor team, I don't think there's no hope for you. Blake Shapen is a good quarterback. If he makes good decisions, he's accurate with the football. Honestly, the biggest critique is that he doesn't throw the football away and he takes too many sacks. But I'd rather you get sacked than throw a pick. Baylor's defense, their front seven is good. Siaka Ika, he's a stud. He can plug the hole on the run, get the inside run zone. I think we have an advantage at receiver versus DBs on them, but the rest of our season is not guaranteed. We're 5-2, and can I see us finishing the season at 10-2? Yeah, we should. I think we're favored in every game. My honest projection is we're probably more likely to finish 8-4 than 10-2, and I hate that, to be honest. I think Oklahoma State and TCU are the two games if we lost two games, I'd say it's probably those two. I think, like I said, that Baylor at home bodes well for us. We do get TCU at home as well, but they're on a run. It's weird. They already have a spread on that at Texas 6.5. They don't have a spread for the week after a bye week at Kansas State, but they have a spread for us against TCU. It's odd. Anyways, with that being said, y'all do us a favor. If you made it this far, we do appreciate y'all. Like the video, drop us a comment. Let us know what you thought about the game and what you think about Oklahoma State. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. We're having a ton of fun making these, and let us know what we could do to make them better. And subscribe to our Twitter and TikTok at Lone Star _CFB. Appreciate y'all.